The crypto market's off to a very hot start in 2026. Over the last 30 days, Bitcoin is up 13%, which we've been waiting on a bounce like this for quite some time. I mean, the last 5 months have been pretty brutal. In this video, I'm going to go over the 3 open trades that I have. These are short-term swing trades that I am open at this moment in time, and I think that we will see more upside from these levels. Over the last few months, every single pump has been erased by the leverage, and on top of that, just every single one has been a fake out. I think that this one is more of a catch-up trade to what we have seen around commodities and other equities. So I'm going to give you the 3 open trades that I have right now and where my targets are. Without further ado, let's jump into it. Before we jump into my trades at the moment, be sure to drop down below, hit the like button, and subscribe to the channel for more. Obviously, if crypto treats us the way it's treated us the first 14 days of the year, I think it's going to be a fantastic 2026. So like the video and subscribe down below for more alpha in 2026. And also, a big shout out to our sponsors here on In the Game. We have some incredible sponsors from the best prediction market in the world with 𝗕𝗟𝗢, with Gravity, Blowfin. We also work with 𝗑𝗃𝗏. So a big shout out to our sponsors down below in the description. And if you need a place to trade, I highly recommend checking out Gravity. Gravity is a on-chain DEX. So you have full control of your funds. You can withdraw instantly. You can have instant deposits. And also you can trade over 70 different tokens on leverage. And also they have an upcoming token. They raised $30 million. I think that this airdrop will be very good for participants who are farming points. So check out Gravity down below in the description. And if you want a centralized option, I would absolutely check out Blowfin as well down below. But let's go ahead and just dive into the markets, guys. We haven't really done many current market updates this year. A lot of the videos we've been posting so far this year have been more about strategy, how to navigate this year versus 2025 and prior years, how to set yourself up if we do get a huge run in altcoins, etc. So let's just go over the market right now. And I mean, it has been great. Maybe I shouldn't be doing daily updates on the market because we're up 13% on Bitcoin, 14% on Ethereum. We see a Solana about to reclaim that $150 level. The one thing that's not really moving on the monthly, which is surprising to me, is Hyperliquid, because I mean, that's where all the on-chain whales are trading. So that's a little bit surprising to me. We do see 𝗬𝗎 up 25%, Avalanche up 17%. So very good movement across the market here. And as I mentioned, I'm in 3 open active trades. And in 2025, I'm going to make these market update videos shorter and then the higher level alpha strategy videos longer. So just to take a look really quick. For example, the last one here, talking about, ranking, I think I ranked like 40 different altcoins. That one was about 42 minutes. This one here, how I'm planning to make money in crypto, was about 30 minutes. The airdrop video was 25 minutes. And my portfolio video was 27. In these videos, I want to keep them a little more short and concise so you guys can just get the alpha quick on today's markets and be able to execute and obviously go on about your days. So let's just dive into it. First and foremost, prediction markets have been showing that Bitcoin is going to hit 100K, 75% chance now. Just a few days ago, this was only at 25%. And these prediction market platforms are on top of it. So now, as of today, a 75% chance that Bitcoin hits 100K this month. And as we see here, Crypto God John saying everything we want to see for Bitcoin to be bullish is lining up. Coinbase Premium is back, negative funding, OI nuking, which is open interest, spot bid picking up, and massive liquidations, higher for longer. And yes, we did see a massive liquidation yesterday in the markets, which has really caused this huge spike. I mean, we wiped out a bunch of that interest to the downside. And as we see here, President Trump, when he's talking about appointing this new Fed chair after Powell, he says when the market goes up, the Fed should lower interest rates. Federal Chair Powell kills every rally. So he clearly wants to move these markets upwards, which is great for us as participants in the market. And as Leo says here, complete and total bear death coming to a chart near you. But this does not mean go long everything in the market, guys. I think that this graphic sums up a lot of what I've been saying on this channel for the last couple of months. So we can see here over 13.4 million cryptocurrency tokens have failed on Gecko Terminal, according to CoinGecko, since 2021 to 2025. And in 2025, this was an all-time high, 11.6 million rugs, okay? And this is what brings me back when we look at my portfolio video that I did for 2026. I'm only holding like 10 tokens in total, and everything else I'm keeping in stables so I can capitalize on short-term trades, which we will be talking about in this video. So first and foremost, my first open trade that I have right now is Bitcoin. So obviously I've been in a long on Bitcoin. I opened this up at 94 whenever we did kind of get a few of those green candles in a row. So I am in a long on Bitcoin from 94. My liquidation price is like 87. I'm really not worried about hitting that in this time period specifically, as I do think we're going to catch up to a little bit of the metals market. Let me just pull up some charts here on 𝗪𝗧, which, by the way, if you're not utilizing our tool here that we built in-house at 𝗪𝗧, I would absolutely go check it out down below in the description. It doesn't look like the chart is loading currently, but we will come back around to that. I think that when you look at the charts here, Bitcoin is having a catch-up according to what's happening in the equities and the commodities market. Gold, silver, copper, all in a massive bull run. And I think that Bitcoin is simply having its catch-up after all of this price suppression that we went through in these, low levels. It has really been quite some time for this to pick up. So we might see metals start to lose a little bit of momentum. And if we do, I think Bitcoin's going to continue. My target is 100K. I do think Bitcoin will reach that 100K mark probably within this next 7 days. That is my price prediction. And I'm willing to stick out a long here from 94,000 at these levels up until 100K. That is my target. If we get to like 99.4 or something like that, and we're kind of chopping at that level, I might go ahead and close that, but I will update you guys as we get around to it. Number two, the second open trade that I do have right now is, let's go ahead and find it, because this one has been absolutely crushing. KTA is not on 𝗪𝗧. What we will do is just pull up the chart. So you can trade KTA on Bluefin, Gravity. You can trade it on Aster, for example. So plenty of options here for you guys to be able to take these trades. But let's go to tokens. Let's pull up 𝗬𝗃. So KTA, if you look at the yearly chart here on this thing, I've just felt like this was the bottom. We had seen their mainnet launch right around here, and after mainnet, this thing just absolutely tanked. But we go look at just some of the technicals here. Jeff Seckinger showing classic falling wedge, accumulation and bottoming pattern on a new local higher high on KTA. Even ignoring the developments, the technicals alone look promising for a strong bounce. I did comment on this. I do like 𝗬𝗃 for a major bounce. Mainnet dump already has hit, combined with the market completely collapsing the last 5 months. 𝗬𝗃 does remain one of the strongest projects of the new age of crypto tokens. I am expecting higher, and this is just such a quality project. You look at the weekly chart, it is up 20% and a nice 8% swing on the daily. I did open up this trade yesterday, so I am going to keep this open so long as Bitcoin acts correctly. I think that this one probably reclaims 35 cents easily, and on a leverage trade will give us a pretty good opportunity. I mean, 35 cents would be another 25% from here, and they are pushing some big mainnet updates as well. So I do like 𝗬𝗃 at this level, and I think for a short-term swing trade is a very strong option. And last but not least, the one that, I talk about it probably more than anything else on the channel currently, because I just think 𝗨 is one of the absolute best coins in crypto. And every time the market recovers, this thing just grinds upward. It's not sexy. It's not something that's going to go up 50% in a day. But what it is a consistent mover with Bitcoin. And the reason being is the tokenomics are identical to Bitcoin. This is just the Bitcoin of AI. So right now we see it's up 8% on the weekly. And I do think we probably, if we look at the technicals on this as well, BitTins are looking for a breakout from the ascending triangle. Short-term targets of 330 and 370 from here is this analysis. Mega bullish on the project long-term. Let's watch it bounce back step by step. My short-term target target would be about 315, 320, which would be a nice little 10-15% scalp on leverage. That's what I'm looking at currently. I want to keep it realistic and keep it very grounded and make sure we can actually hit those targets. So the 3 open longs I have right now are on 𝗘𝗃𝗲, Bitcoin, and 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏. Targets across all 3 are 33 to 35 cents on 𝗘𝗃𝗲, around that 100K level for Bitcoin, and then for 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏, I'm thinking 315, 320, and that would be a nice little bit of like a 10-15% gain, and on leverage, that'll be a nice trade to be able to take off the table. And look, if the momentum's clear, I'll obviously let you guys know when I close these trades, or if I do end up leaving them open, because if the momentum in the market surpasses 100K and we see altcoins performing very well, I'm obviously going to leave a little bit of these trades on the table, but also make sure I mitigate my risk and take some off the table. So those are my 3 open trades currently in the market. These are short term. This has nothing to do with my long-term 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 or Bitcoin holdings and the 𝗘𝗃𝗃𝗏 trade. These are all short-term perp trades. And please, I implore you, do not go put your whole portfolio on any single trade. You can get liquidated. I am not a financial advisor, and I'm certainly not an expert leverage trader, but in opportunities like this where things are clear that they really are overdue for a bounce, strong technical projects, I'm willing to take stabs at it, and I'll update you guys on these 3 trades as they play out. And some fun stuff in the market, no pun intended, Football.fun, which is now Sport.fun, their airdrop actually goes out tomorrow. So if you have been playing the fantasy football app on chain, on base, you will actually potentially get a Football.fun airdrop of the fun token tomorrow. So this is a big development, and we will update you on that tomorrow. And also, MetaMask rolled out points on their wallet. So you can go on your mobile or your desktop wallet, and you can see your point accrual towards the MetaMask airdrop. So pretty good developments. As the market's heating up, projects are ready to TGE. I hope we get some good airdrops, and I hope we continue this momentum in the market. I mean, we deserve it. We've been getting absolutely battered and bruised for the last 5-6 months, and hopefully this is a clear path to reclaim that 100K level, have altcoins follow suit just a little bit, and be able to recoup some of the pain that we felt over the last quarter. So guys, like the video down below and subscribe to the channel for more. I'll see you guys tomorrow. As always, stay bullish, my friends, and trade responsibly, my friends.